Hi, welcome to my channel. And yeah, so in this video I'll be showing you a little bit about Adobe Photoshop and how to get around. So basically just some basic stuff you'll have to know, you might want to know before you start getting into the tutorials. I thought it would be good to do this before I try to teach the viewers how to use this stuff, that they should know how to access it and everything. So yeah, welcome to my channel, and here I go. The first thing I'm going to start off with is the menu bar. So there's a lot of stuff up here at the top right here. Yep. And let's see. Okay, so this is the default workspace, I guess, in Adobe Photoshop CS4. So this is the menu bar, and it has basic functionalities, I guess. I have no idea what to call those, but there's File, Edit, Image, View, Help, and these kinds of things you can find in other programs, such as Microsoft Word. And we'll teach you more about this as we make some more tutorials. So yeah, and okay, so for example, let's go into File. You can do, so each of these little whatchamacallit functions fall under these categories will pop up new dialog boxes, such as File New, and that creates a new document. File Open, and that'll open a previous document. And any one of these functions with like an arrow on the side leads to a little subgroup. So you can go to Import, and you can import different types of stuff from different places, blah blah blah. Okay, so yeah. This is the toolbox, and it has a bunch of tools that you are going to definitely be using when you're editing these images. So for example, this is the marquee. It selects certain areas, and you can decide to do different things with that certain selected area. If you want to focus on one area to edit, it's really good. And the brush tool, you can move the brush around, and you guys know what a brush is, right? It's basically the same idea. Text tool, add text to the image. Oh, taking a little while to load. Okay, and do you see, like, with every time I change the tool, this up top over here changes? This is the tool options bar, I guess, and there are different options for every tool that you choose. So for example, this is the text, and from up here you can change the font, and you can change if it's like bold or whatever, and you have more options over here. Anyways, yeah, and make sure, and just to point out, this is the color wheel right here. So you have your background and your foreground, I guess is what we call it, and this will determine the color of whatever you're doing. So for example, if there was an actual document here and I wanted to create some text, then that text would come out black. But then if I change the color to red, then that text would come out red instead of black. You see how that happens? And actually it's better if you do that here, but yeah. Also for the brush, it works the same. So if I had an actual document here, and okay, you know what, let's just create one. So if I had an actual document here, I do have one, and I want to make some, and then I want to change the color of that to green, and there you go. Festive, isn't it? Okay. So these things on the side are palettes. And basically, they all apply to this one document, but they have different functions. So, for example, layers, you can create another layer and like add more, but at the same time not affect your whole original image, which is what I love about layers. Layers. And there's swatches of color that you can use, and it changes the color over here. And there's styles of things. So, for example, they have pre-made styles made for you. I don't know how to describe that, but look, it just made my one layer like glowing, right? So yeah, those kinds of styles they have preset into Photoshop, which I think is great, but I never use them. And we never are going to use them in these tutorials, so don't think I should have showed you that. But anyways, so yeah. The last thing I'm going to show you guys is the document window. So let's just create a new document here. Before I go into that, okay, let's call this, okay, lovely name. And pixels, I don't know if you guys know what pixels are, but it's like the unit of measure for like the size of the image. I don't mean how large the file is, but like how large the image is visually. So like when you look at it. Okay, so let me show you guys a standard. Not standard. 500 by 200 pixel, and that's it. Okay. Now if we look at this. Oops. Okay, so if we look at this document window, here we have the magnification, so we can change that to, let's say, 300, and we've just zoomed like 3 times into the image, and this can go up to 1600, I think. Let's try. Oh, okay, it can go up to more. I have no idea what the max is, so okay, so it's 320 times, no, 30 times into the we go in. Okay, I think that's more than enough for most people. And we can also zoom out, so I could go 20%, and it's really small. This is just some information about the document. So, for example, I made it 500 times 200 pixels. I don't know if you guys can see that. And it is also converted into centimeters, so that's actually 17.6 centimeters and 7 centimeters. And, okay, let's go. This is, I've just zoomed in 300 times, and you can use the scroll bars to scroll up and down the image, and these are on the right side and the bottom side over here. And on the top is rulers. It really does help you measure stuff when you're editing your image. And you can actually drag stuff out, and you can just make a straight line right there, and it just makes it easier. But anyways, yeah. So this is your basic workspace. Let's not save that. You can move it around and do whatever you like to it. You can add different video. What am I saying? Videos. You can add different windows. I'm going crazy, and you can take those out, and you can have that, and you can put it over there. You can move this over there and just put it to the side. You can actually take one out. Let's try putting it over there. And you can actually save this workspace. So I'll save that as, and you know what, I'm not going to do that because I don't like doing that. I have one saved actually, and you can go back to it by clicking up top over here right next to your little minimize and close buttons, and you can go back to your saved workspaces. So this is mine. This is the one I like to use because it's very similar to the previous versions of Photoshop, which I'm used to. So I have the navigator over here. So let's say I have an image, and I can just zoom in really easily, and I have like a mini version of what I have. I have the histogram, which if I actually had something here, would show like the levels of the image, the levels of black and white and gray. So, oops. And this is a little bit of information. Wherever I go on it, it shows me how much blue there is, how much white there is, not white, black, how much green there is. Oh, I'm going crazy. What position my cursor is on there. History. This is really important. If you make a mistake and you want to undo something you did a couple steps back, it's a lot more efficient than just pressing undo. And it helps you go back to your actions. And these are just some preset actions that they have on Photoshop. I also like having some color and some swatches open, just in case I want to add like a quick, I don't know, like let's say I wanted to fill this whole space with a purple. Oops. Fill this whole space with the purple. And I have swatches like right there. I don't even need to think for myself. I just have to have it there to create. And like I said, I don't know if I said this actually. Layers are also really important because then you can, just create a new layer and you can add stuff to your image without, harming your whole entire thing. So in case you change your mind, you can delete a layer, or if you want things separated. Let's say I made this, but let's say I created some green lines, but then I decided I wanted it at the background. I can just move it. So there, now it's behind the pink lines. It's the most disgusting image I've ever created. And yeah, I think that should be good. And anything else you guys might want to know, comment, whatever. And I'll look forward to teaching you guys how to actually make something using all this soon. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys around.